And he was like, no, I never DM'd you before. Sir, like, first of all, if I'ma just randomly make up that a rapper DMs me, baby, I'ma choose somebody like Drizzy Drake, Lil Wayne. Like, I would even say a Blueface DM me before you.
Look, let's be clear, I ain't never took a loss. Every time I go shopping, I ain't gotta check the cost. Still independent, still my own boss. Still got bad bitches coming up they draws. Eat the beat up like a motherfucking Frito. Lucci flaming hot like a motherfucking Cheeto. This is not an act, I am not Don Cheeto. So the nigga out, treat him like a free code. Yeah, you heard right, I'm a whole ass gangster. Made him eat my butt, I ain't even say thank you.
What's up, Lucci gang? It's your girl Lucci V, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back for another day of Vlogmas, and today I am going to do a story time. You guys, this story time has been highly requested for some years now, and I've been kind of like not necessarily avoiding it, but I don't know what made me not want to tell the story for real, but I'm about to finally tell it. As you could tell by the title, I'm going to finally be telling what happened when Offset kicked me off the Migos tour bus. So if you would like to find out what happened, why Offset wanted to kick me off the Migos tour bus, then go ahead and stay tuned to this video right here. But first, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, ding, ding. And let's get okay, so first of all, disclaimer before I get into this story, let me just be clear. This happened years and years ago. The only reason why I'm telling it now is just because it's been highly requested ever since it happened. When the incident happened, I was in my feelings and I tweeted a couple things about it, and everyone was kind of just like, well, what happened? What happened? And I never told the story. So I just want to clarify that this happened years ago. This happened, I don't even know what year it was. I know Offset had just got out of jail after being gone for a long time. So I want to say maybe like 2017. It was a while ago though, y'all. So this is not anything current. This is not to bash Offset, because I don't have a problem with Offset, even though you know what he did was bogus to me or whatever. Like, I will explain why I'm not holding a grudge. So this is not to bash him in any kind of way. I actually can look back on this now and laugh at it. At the time, wasn't nothing funny about it, baby. But okay, so just a disclaimer. I'm not here to bash anyone. This was not something recent. This is years ago. So yes, let's just go ahead and get into it. First of all, let's just talk about how I even ended up on the Migos tour bus. So I'm not going to say her name because she is in the public eye. And I don't want her to catch any backlash, like in case this like video ends up getting a lot of views or something. Like, I don't want her, you know, if people want to bash me and talk about me, I don't mind, but I don't want to bring anybody else into it. So I had a homegirl. Every time she came into town, she kind of hit me up last minute, like, but I always would just get up and go link with her because, I mean, that's my girl. I love her. Now, she was talking to, messing with, whatever you want to call it, with Quavo at the time, and they had a tour stop in Chicago. And she hit me up like, basically like, girl, come meet me at the House of Blues ASAP, blah, blah, blah. Now, at this time, y'all, I had no clue who I had no clue that the Migos had a tour date in Chicago this day. I had no clue what I was coming to the House of Blues for or any of that. Like, I just knew she said, come on. So I'm thinking I'm just finna meet with her in general. I really don't know what's going on, you know, to be honest with you. So it's not like I was like geeked up, like, yeah, I'm finna be with the Migos. I didn't know. I thought I was gonna go meet with my homegirl. When I pulled up there, she was giving me all these crazy directions, like go through the back and pull in here and do all this. So I'm like, okay, I must be about to go backstage. So basically, to make a long story short, when I pull in there, when I get in there, when I walk in, the first person I see is her. And then I also see this rapper, Jose Guapo. Now, this person, I know I said I'm not trying to bash Offset. I will bash Jose Guapo. I don't care. I will bash him. But I see him before I see any of the Migos. He's like backstage saying about my homegirl. So for those of you who are not familiar with Jose Guapo, I forgot what song he had, but he had a song out around this time, some years ago, like the time I'm talking about. I don't really remember what his song was. So you will have to Google him. I don't know, but he was popular for a little second or whatever. Anyways, So I see him or whatever, and my homegirl introduces us like, hey, this is Lucci, blah, blah, blah. And keep in mind, y'all, like some months prior to this, Jose Guapo had slid into my DMs. Now, keep in mind, I'm honestly not attracted to him, but back in them years ago, I was kind of like, okay, he a rapper, he popping. Maybe I could see what's to him. Like, I'm just keeping a buck. Like, that's what I was thinking. Y'all know at my big grown age right now, that's not how I'm moving. But back then, that is what I was thinking. I was like, okay, he a rapper. Let me see. I'm from Chicago. I'm trying to see how I can finesse him, treat him like a stain. What's up? Like, no shade. That's what I was on. So he had DM'd me like, what's your number? And I sent him my number. It never went from there. Nothing ever transpired. But when she introduced us, I was like, oh, he know who I am. I know who he is. Like, we was DMing. And he was like, no, I never DM'd you before. Sir, like, first of all, if I'ma just randomly make up that a rapper DMs me, baby, I'ma choose somebody like Drizzy Drake, Lil Wayne. Like, I would even say a Blueface DM me before you. Like, cause boy, what? So I was like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but you did DM me asking for my number. He was like, I never asked you for your number before, shorty. Blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. I never asked you for your number. Like, what you getting offended for? Because you did ask me for my number all the time. So I pulled up the DM on Twitter and was like, boom, here. Flipped it around, showed him. And my homegirl was like, oh, she just bust you out. And he was like, but you see, she sent me the number though. She gave me the number though. Okay, you're clearly a goofy, a Bruford, a lame, all of the above, a clown. Like, because boy, what? But okay. So I could already tell that he was going, what I'm saying? I could already tell he was going to be irritating me the whole night, rubbing me the wrong way, etc., etc. So then the Migos come off stage or whatever. My homegirl, she introduced me to all of them. They all was polite. It was all cool. Hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Now, the boy Jose Guapo had said something about how he wanted to have some edibles. And I just so happened to know a girl who owned an edible company. So I'm like, okay, I could get some edibles if you want some edibles. And she just so happened to be at the concert. So she was like, I got a big platter for them that I wanted to give to them anyways. If you could get it to them for me, just have them take a picture, shout me out, please, woo woo. No problem. Y'all, I'm talking about the platter that she had for them, y'all. Looked like Golden Corral, Old Country Buffet. Like, it was humongous. Like, and keep in mind, y'all, she hand makes all of these edibles, like, in her crib. Like, this is not manufactured or nothing. Like, she really, like, takes her time and like makes everything herself. So I presented. By this time we get onto the tour bus. So I'm in the back of the tour bus. It's me, Jose Guapo, and Takeoff all the way in the furthest back of the bus. And then like towards the front of the bus, it's my homegirl, Quavo, Offset, and like some other miscellaneous females that they had let on the tour bus too. So we in the back of the bus. I got the edibles and I'm just kind of like, hey, look. And Jose Guapo's like, I don't like edibles that look like that. I don't want them. First of all, like, who are you supposed to be, bro? Like, it's given, I'm a diva. I'm diva. Like, what's your tea? Like, he was like being so snappy the whole night. It's like, bro, really, what is your tea, sir? Like, this girl just rushed back here. Like, y'all, it was literally like $500 worth of edibles, y'all. Like, at the least, that's the minimum amount, like, worth of edibles, y'all, that this girl has brought for them. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, Takeoff, he was kind of looking like he wanted to go ahead and be nice and, get some. But Jose Guapo was being so like, it kind of just like threw the whole vibe off with everybody. So he was just being really mean about the edibles, basically. And it was just like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to let him ruin my mood. You know what I'm saying? Now, as we in the back of the tour bus, Takeoff was being so cool, so nice. I'm not gonna lie, so humble. Like, he was chilling. Like, he wasn't even all up in, like, it was like probably like 10 girls on the tour bus. He wasn't in nobody's face. He was just back there chilling, cooling. Like, I was rocking with him. So after Jose Guapo made this big deal about the edibles or whatever, I just go and I start, I see a good lit area and I start taking some selfies, taking some pictures because I'm like, oh, I look cute. So at this point, the security guard runs over and like snatch my phone, like, you can't take pictures of them and woo woo. And I'm like, baby, I'm taking pictures of myself. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not even trying to be on no funny stuff, y'all, but it's like ever since I've been way, way younger, way before I ever did the background stuff, I've been around celebrities like all the time. So I don't be getting geeked up like, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I was so excited, like, oh, let me sneak some pictures of the Migos. Like, now don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the Migos. I love the Migos. I love their music, all of that. But I'm just like, it's like regular. I've been in these kind of environments like for a long time. So I don't really get geeked up. You know what I'm saying? So he took my phone or whatever, and my homegirl ended up getting my phone back. Like, girl, like, why is they taking your phone? Like, you just a regular little, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, I don't be trying to pull my card, y'all, and be like, I'm from the Bad Girl Club, I'm from TV. Like, I be chilling, like, you know what I'm saying? But my homegirl was kind of like, nah, they playing in your face, like, and I'm kind of thinking, like, yeah, cause I'm really that girl if we really wanna. But anyway, so she gets my phone back. And then I start texting somebody. When I start texting somebody, the security guard come over, take my phone away again. And at this point, I'm like showing him, I unlock my phone and I'm showing him all the pictures and the videos. Like, can you look? Like, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get a moment. I'm not trying to sneak and do anything. Like, it's, I'm not a groupie. I'm not even here for any of the guys. Like, I'm not here to be up in none of their face. I'm literally here because my homegirl asked me to come kick it. Like, period. So at this point, my homegirl like, man, look, just put your phone away. So I put my phone away. So once I put my phone away, of course, like, I'm kind of having to get into the environment of what's going on around me. So at this point, Jose Guapo, he says to me, like, because you guys know, like, in the back of the tour buses, it'd be like the little bed areas or whatever. So we sitting on one of them or whatever. And he was like, Jose Guapo was like, you should lay down. And I was like, but I'm not tired. Like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, you should lay down with me. And I was like, but I don't want to. And he was like, oh, well, if you're not going to lay down, you might as well go back to the front of the bus with Quavo and your friend. Oh, okay, that's not a problem, Buki. I was like, oh, okay, say less. Like, boom. Gladly packed my purse and all that and went to the front of the bus with my homegirl and Quavo. Now, y'all, for those who don't know, in Chicago, we say something on phone now. Now, we don't like break it down between the GDs and the BDs and be like on folks them to differentiate between a BD and a GD, saying it. If you know, it's some gang banging stuff. If you know, if you don't, you don't, like, whatever. But basically, my homegirl, she's not from Chicago, but it's like a running joke with her saying on phone them every time she comes to Chicago. So, we was on the bus playing around saying on phone them, on phone them. Now, Offset is a GD and GDs are folks. So he heard us playing around saying on phone them like, you know what? You disrespected my gang, shorty, talking to me. It don't matter that my homegirl was saying it too. He specifically is singling out me. And I really feel like he singled out me because I already wasn't going. I already didn't want to lay down in the back of the bus with his homeboy. So it already was kind of like the irritation. So me and her laughing, joking around, saying on phone them, blah, blah, going back and forth. And just Offset just comes out of nowhere like, what? Shorty, what? You saying on phone them? You better say on folks them when you saying it in front of a GD and woo, all this and that. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, bro, we in Chicago. We don't even do all that. Like, keep in mind, the person that I was dating at the time was a GD. So why would I be trying to say something disrespectful to the GDs? Like, are you cool? Also, I'm a female. I'm not a gangbanger, baby. I don't gangbang. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, on phone them and saying G, like in Chicago, even though it kind of originated from some gangbanging stuff, like it has became just like a part of like our regular culture. That's how we talk. You know what I'm saying? So he made like such a big deal off of it over me saying on phone them. Y'all, do y'all know he pull the bus over, pull the bus over. She got to get off. She got to get off. Woo woo. And it's turned into this whole thing. And I'm just like, wait, is this for real? Like, is this for real right now? Like, so they pull over. We're downtown Chicago. Pull over. They're telling me to get off the bus. Get off the bus. Woo woo. Now Quavo runs off the bus behind me, and he like, you ain't do nothing wrong. He tripping right now. You ain't do nothing wrong. Woo woo. Cause I'm just like, bro, like, I'm confused on why I'm getting kicked off the bus. Like, and even Takeoff was like, man, you ain't do nothing wrong. Like everybody was telling me I didn't do nothing wrong except for Offset or whatever. And I was really blue, y'all, because I'm just like, bro, like, is this all because I didn't lay in the bed with dude? Or like, what's the real tea? Like, so before we left, like, keep in mind now, the person that I was dating at the time, he was cool with Lil Durk, and I knew they knew Lil Durk. Now, y'all, I did the most. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna call my dude and tell him to pow 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 this tour bus up, blah blah blah. So they called Lil Durk and say something to Lil Durk. Lil Durk hit my dude up. My dude hit me like, why is you on there telling them that I'm finna pow pow the bus up? Like, y'all, it turned into a whole big fiasco. But they left me downtown Chicago. But my whole thing is my homegirl stayed on the bus and left me. And I just thought she was so bogus for that. Y'all comment down below and tell me if she wrong or not. Because she was all like, how was I going to get home? Keep in mind, she's not no bum. She's not no broke girl. Like, she is like a socialite. She got coin. She got money. My camera died. But she got coin. She got money. She's a socialite, all that. I just feel like if I was dating this celebrity or anyone I was dating in general, if they peoples try to put you out of somewhere, I'm going to put my foot down and make sure that's not happening. Or I'm going to threaten to leave with you. But even though it should not even reach that point, like, I just feel like she should have put up more of a fight. Like, no, my homegirl did nothing wrong. She should not have to be put off this bus. Like, you left me stranded downtown Chicago in the middle of the night just by myself. And keep in mind, y'all, my phone had died. So I had no way to request no Uber or nothing. Like, I was just stranded downtown. I had to walk and find a McDonald's to charge my phone at. Like, it was just so bogus and so terrible. I felt like that was not right. She was wrong. Y'all don't even got to comment down below and let me know. I know she was wrong, you guys. But that concludes. That is the reason I finally told the story on why Offset kicked me off the Migos tour bus. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. And thank you guys for watching.